like to thank everyone who contributed to this program with their valuable ideas, starting with our foreign minister. Our ambassadors who work all around the world and represent our country, their ideas and their observations will be highly important, of course. During this conference, I specifically request from you to share your ideas and opinions sincerely. The importance of the Ambassadors' Conference, first of which we have organized in 2007 for the first time, has been understood much better after 14 years. Every year, thanks to this conference, we are taking the general picture of the international diplomacy, so we are assessing what we have done so far in the past, and at the same time, we are working in order to make sure that our country is ready at the face of threats and opportunities. Our ambassadors are sharing their experiences and their knowledge, and at the same time, this conference increases the coordination between our different state institutions. As a result, I do believe that this conference really fulfills a very important need. Wise and compassionate Turkish diplomacy on the eve of 2023 and beyond is the theme of the 13th Ambassadors Conference, and I do believe that the 13th Ambassador Conference will be very efficient, very beneficial, and will lay the ground for efficient discussions and consultations which will broaden our horizons for sure. Taken into consideration the critical regional developments unfolding in our region, it is crystal clear that we are in need of consultations. As Cengiz Aytmatov stated, in these times when one day equals to 1 century, even the smallest mistake will bring along a huge burden which will not be possible to be paid. We can overcome all those challenges as long as we are internalizing this process of consultations and as we strengthen the cooperation and coordination between our institutions. We all know the burden that we had to shoulder due to the institutional fanaticism in the past. So the Republic of Turkey has paid the prices of conflicts in the past. As we have come to office for the first time, we had to face this problem many times. The ones who see themselves, the elitist mentality, who sees themselves above the nation and the politicians, try to prevent us from working for this nation. We have faced and encountered with many dark circles, and we had to fight against them. From the 27th of April declaration to the 17th of February Central Intelligence Agency crisis, all the way the 15th of July coup attempt where we have lost many sons and daughters of this nation, we fought with all those dark circles who penetrated into the state organs. Thanks to this determined fight of us that we carried out so far, thanks to God, we have foiled all those games and overcame all those attacks. Thanks to the patriotic diplomats of us, we have implemented many masterpiece projects. By adopting the presidential system, we have overcome all the tutelage supporters who made Turkey to pay economic and military prices. By putting an end to a double-headed structure after we adopt the presidential system, we have altogether observed the advantages of the system, specifically during the pandemic times. The Republic of Turkey is one of the few countries who successfully managed this pandemic process. As we embraced our own people, We have also extending our helping hand to 161 countries and 12 international organizations. We didn't only evacuate the Turkish citizens from other countries, but at the same time, we have extended our helping hand to those countries and our ambassadors who worked with their sacrifices during this process. That's why I would like to congratulate sincerely all of our ambassadors. The success story that we have obtained should be also presented for the establishment of peace in our region. We are acting with the understanding of developing good neighborly relations in our region and establishing peace in our vicinity. The bad experiences of the past shows us that there are no winners in a war, and a fair peace will bear no losers. The children are losing their lives at very early ages, so in such kind of an environment, no one can feel themselves safe and secure. It is crystal clear. In the Russian and Ukrainian war, from the outset of this war, we have always pinpointed to this reality. In our talks with both Mr. Putin and Mr. Zelensky, we have reiterated many times that the problems should be resolved through dialogue. First of all, we have diplomatic correspondences in Antalya and later on in Istanbul, so all those diplomatic correspondences really flourished the beacon of hopes, but unfortunately, due to the unfortunate events taking place on site, it was not possible to establish permanent peace. Of course, they were the ones who wanted the war to elongate even further. Despite all those negativities, we have preserved our endeavors and our efforts, and we made sure that the Green Deal have come to fruition. As you know, the ships are arriving to the straits at the moment. So, when the global food crisis is at the doorstep, we have contributed to the solution of this food security. So up until now, we were able to implement this memorandum of understanding without great problems. So we will continue to fight for that purpose until peace prevails in our region. Dear friends, we will not have a sweet taste in our mouth if we continuously repeat the word honey. So the peace at homeland and peace in the world can be a reality if the countries are proactively taking steps. It is quite difficult to obtain results on the negotiation table, of course, without succeeding on site. The emancipation of the occupied lands of Azerbaijan is its crystal clear example. At the face of mass murder and genocide policies which lasted for 30 years, unfortunately, the international community didn't take a stance against it. Our Azerbaijani brothers and sisters had to live with their pains and their losses. So, in order to put an end to this injustice, with the support of the Republic of Turkey, Azerbaijani army put an end to this injustice. As a result of a 44-day patriotic war, thanks to God, Karabakh received his independence again, and 30-year occupation came to an end. With the agreements undersigned, a brand new era started in South Caucasus. In order not to waste this historical opportunity, we showed a great effort. Up until now, in close consultation with Azerbaijan, we have taken many steps. Despite the sabotaging attempts of the radical Armenian groups, an important distance has been covered for establishing a permanent peace in the South Caucasus. Our talks with the special envoys of the Armenia continues. Due to the Eid al-Adha, when I spoke over the phone with Mr. Pashinyan, our talk was proven to be very beneficial and constructive. The Armenia should read those developments unfolding right and give the right response to the calls of Azerbaijan and Turkey. Only after then I do believe that our region will reach to stability. Putting an end to the war in Syria, in Iraq, in Yemen, in Afghanistan, and establishing stability in those regions will be at the epicenter of our efforts and our endeavors. Our relations with Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates will be much more stronger with comparison to past, as our relations with Israel is back on right track. We will be making use of those relations in order to stand for the rights of our Palestinian brothers and sisters. The sensitivity of the Republic of Turkey regarding to the Palestinian issue and the importance attached by Turkey for the establishment of two-state solution is shared with the highest level of Israeli representatives. We have clearly stated that Masjid al-Aqsa, which is the first Qibla of the Muslims, is the Turkish red line. For a couple of days, when the Israeli officials are attacking on the Palestinian civilians, we have shown our stance very clearly. There are no excuse for murdering babies. The Republic of Turkey is standing with the nation, with the people of Gaza and Palestinian brothers and sisters. For the establishment of cooperation, peace and prosperity in the Balkans, we also continue with our works. In East Med, in Black Sea, and also in the Aegean Sea, we work with the same purpose. 540 billion cubic meters of natural gas discovery in the Black Sea presented the first yield of our endeavors in the field of energy sector. There are the ones who accused us being adventurous or wasting the resources of the country. Thanks to this historical discovery, we're ashamed. Tomorrow, fourth drilling ship, Abdul Hamid Han drilling ship, will depart from Mersin Taşucu port with the cutting-edge technology. Up until now, we have never permitted anyone to do anything inside of our continental shelf, and we will never do so. We are determined to eradicate all the terrorist organizations who are attacking on civilians and our citizens, and the whole world knows it. Thanks to the operations carried out inside and outside of our borders, we have really eradicated the members of the terrorist organizations. There are no place for terror in the future of our region, and we have shown this to the whole world by neutralizing all those terrorist members. Those gangs of murderers who are the hitsmen of the imperialists will be neutralized from these regions, and we will continue to our fight until every element of the terrorist organizations cease to exist. And we are still determined to establish a safe corridor with a length of 30 kilometers next to our borders. By eradicating and cleansing every terrorist organization in the region, hopefully those points of the safe corridor will be connected with each other. Valuable members of our core diplomatic, in order to carry out all those missions, we should have a louder voice in the international platforms. United Nations, NATO, the OIC, the Organization of Security for and Cooperation in Europe, we have a very loud voice as the Republic of Turkey. The problems arising out of the current global order shows us that they are not easily tackled. And the last example of this is the Ukrainian and Russian war, which has been waged for the last 6 months. The countries, 5 countries with the veto power couldn't prevent the civilians to leave their homes at the face of war. That's why we will continue to repeat the righteous saying of the world is greater than 5. And by saying that a fairer world is possible, we are advocating for a system based on justice and equality. The cause of the Republic of Turkey is appreciated by many geographies, started with the most oppressed one. Today, with 255 centers, the Republic of Turkey has the greatest foreign service. We have 44 embassies in Africa, where there are 54 different countries. With our opening to the Latin American continent, we have increased our trade with the continent by 15 times, and the number of our embassies increased to the level of 18. With the Asia Anew initiative, we will be deepening our relations with this continent even further. Turkish Airlines, TİKA, the Directorate of Turkish Citizens Living Abroad, Turkish Mara Foundation, Yunus Emre Institute, and the Turkish Red Crescent, all those institutions are helping us in order to reach out to our diplomatic targets and goals. This spirit of cooperation, which really represents the coordination between interstate institutions, will be strengthened even further. So in this process, once again, I would like to reiterate that all our institutions are standing with you. Valuable friends, due to its geography that the Republic of Turkey is in, Turkey cannot turn its back neither to east nor to west. Just like the double-headed eagle, which was the symbol of the great Selçukluan Empire, we should preserve our good relations with West and with the East. Our relations with the United States of America should be strengthened, and it will be for the benefit of both countries. However, there are no explanations for sending 15,000 trucks of weapons to terrorist organizations and also conveying condolences to the terrorist members who are losing their lives. This is in contradiction with the spirit of alliance, and unfortunately the Republic of Turkey is left alone in its fight against the terrorist organizations, not only the PKK, PYD, and YPG, but also the Fethullah terrorist organization. So we cannot accept that the members of the Fethullah terrorist organizations can wander freely despite all the documents and the proofs that we have given to the authorities. The members of the Fethullah terrorist organizations who murdered hundreds of our citizens shouldn't be wandering freely in the streets, but they should be kept inside of the prisons. So the United States of America shouldn't be a safe haven for the terrorist organization members, and this determined approach of us has been shown once again in the last NATO summit. The Fethullah terrorist organization members and also the PKK members are venturing freely in those candidate countries, so their membership to NATO will do no good, but rather inflict harm on the alliance. So, unless those words and promises given to Turkey is fulfilled, the Republic of Turkey will not ratify the membership of those two countries. Despite the double standards that we are facing with, we are not giving up from our target of becoming a full fledged European Union member state, and we will continue to advocate and protect the rights of our citizens, 7 million of them who are living in abroad. And first and foremost, you will be the advocates of their rights. In the Western countries, we see that the Islamophobia and xenophobia and cultural racism is on the rise. The woman with the headscarf is insulted on the streets, and under the protection of the police, unfortunately, our holy book, Quran, is incinerated. So, pardon my expression, but unfortunately, the cut head of pigs are thrown inside of our mosques, and with trivial excuses the masjids are closed. So all those examples and many more shows us the level, the scary level of Islamophobia reaching so far. In the Solingen disaster, the Republic of, as experiencing it as a country, the Republic of Turkey cannot overlook to those incidents. I kindly request from all of you to embrace our citizens living abroad even more and protect the honor and the rights of our citizens with a determined and committed fashion. There is an increasing level of tension on the mosques and also on the foundations, and you should, and we all together should find the ways to prevent those increasing level of tensions through legal means. The Turkish citizens living abroad will also vote in 2023 elections as well. As a result, you have a higher level of responsibilities because as the elections are approaching, our citizens living abroad will be subjected to higher level of attacks which will eyeing on our solidarity and our unity. May the upcoming elections be auspicious and hopefully the upcoming elections will be organized that our democracy deserves. As we will be promoting each one of our citizens to go to the election polls, you should also never allow Fethullah terrorist organization to poison this process. So, hopefully the upcoming elections will turn into a feast for democracy, and in advance I would like to thank each one of you for your efforts and endeavors to be shown for that purpose. Esteemed ambassadors, next year we will be proudly enjoying the centenary of the foundation of our Republic of Turkey. And in 2023, at the same time, we will be celebrating the quincentenary of the foundation of our Foreign Service. So, with its well-rooted history, the Republic of Turkey looks to the future with a great level of self-confidence. Our Ministry of Foreign Affairs, after the police forces, is the state institutions with the highest level of martyrs. In Cebeli Tarık graveyard, we have our martyrs of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs lying in their graveyards. So, together with such bravery, we know that each one of the members of our foreign ministry has patriotic feelings to their countries. I pray for the souls of our martyrs and I wish patience to their beloved ones. Our diplomats are fulfilling their duties in challenging conditions, even at the expense of losing their own lives. It doesn't matter which title they hold. In 255 of our diplomatic corps, all of our colleagues are also feeling the pain of our martyrs in their hearts. With the awareness that you are shouldering such a high burden as you represent your country. I am certain that you will never lose this consciousness as you do your duty. As the Republic of Turkey is breaking the shackles on its knees, I ask for greater efforts from you. I congratulate all of you, and may God open your path forward. And I also would kindly request from you to extend my deepest gratitude and greetings to your beloved ones. As I conclude my remarks, I wish that the 13th Ambassadors Conference will be proven auspicious, and I pray for your success. May you all stay healthy and safe.
Dolayı Cumhurbaşkanımız Sayın Recep Tayyip Erdoğan'a şükranlarımızı ve saygılarımızı sunuyoruz.